Week 4. Welcome back. I know it was not too long ago that you saw me talking to you and sharing some thoughts about the Disciple Project. Um, Sorry to call that wrong title, and some of you are like, are we talking about the same thing? My apologies. Can I give you a little praise, a little bit of counsel, and a little bit of heads up? The vast majority of you turning in assignments on time and correct, and not that you're worried about my stress levels, but easy to grade, right? Because you're following the instructions. If it's asking you for a word count or principles or doctrines or whatever, you're providing that, and I'm able to quickly analyze, see where you're at, and if you understand, and if there's no corrections being made, then it's really me just going, "Yeah, awesome, way to go, love your insight." You notice I've been trying to answer your questions at the bottom of the study report, and there's a method to that. Next week, I'm going to give you a little bit more information about how we're going to move forward, but it's fun to find answers. You have such great questions, and a lot of times I'm like, I've never considered this, and so then I'll do a little searching and find a quote or a scripture or whatnot, and provide that for you, and it's really, really good. There are some, and I said the vast majority are doing well. Please just be aware that if it asks for, a principle or doctrine, like explain, okay, well, specifically, so when you're teaching a friend, that one just says that's more general, right? Because it's only a 10-point assignment. So if that one says, hey, what did you teach? You don't have to provide like the whole scripture text. You can just say, I focused on Moses 139 about where it talks about Zion. And we had this discussion about Zion, asked these certain questions, this is how they responded. That one's a nice general basic type thing. When you're looking at the study report and you're explaining, showing me what you do or don't understand about principles or doctrines, you got to make sure that you're giving me what it asks. I've been very, tried to have been merciful the first couple of weeks, only taking 1 or 2 points off. But as we're now several weeks into this class, if you don't provide what it's telling you to provide, then we might lose a few more points. Just do it, right? Just do what's asked, and understand how the flow of each assignment is, so that you could just sit back and enjoy studying the scriptures. I mean, that's really what we're here for, right? We're like, I want to understand the gospel, and I want to connect with the Lord, and I want to be a better disciple. So just follow those instructions and enjoy learning. So where we've been recently, we've studied the plan of salvation. We've looked at the creation, Christ's role at the center of that, and now and then agency and Zion. I love. Have you ever heard me say that? I love the chapters that you're going to study this week. I've been wearing this Zion ring 11, 12 years. I did a church history trip 11, 12 years ago, from New York all the way through to Missouri, and just understanding what the saints, their feelings about Zion. And that's temple language. When you go, there's covenants connected there. To understand what people are willing to give up and do to build Zion, it thrills my soul. So this week, when you're studying and you're looking at what Enoch was able to accomplish, Enoch and his people, he was able to inspire them to use their agency to be so good that God's like, you got to come up. Enoch is right there before Noah, and just imagine like people that don't use their agency go down a path of sorrow and death and destruction. And then we've got Noah's Ark. So agency, key to successful living and joy. So we can use our agency to draw closer to Christ and to be saved and lifted up. We can use our agency to create distance and darkness, and then be buried. Make your choice. Have joy in your choice. There's only one way to choose.